Hey, what's going on? So, all right, so I made some picks, told you what we should be doing, and I think that I think we're all in agreement that the market's never going down again. And I still get every once in a while, comment on a video or an email telling me that's how it's irresponsible. If that's the attitude I would have had from 10 years ago, I would have lost money. That was then. This is now. The funny thing is what I did yesterday, and you would think I'd be having a splendid day today, but you know me, as soon as I see profits, I take them. I don't think I can stop doing it. Obviously, I'm not going to stop because as soon as I see profits, I take them no matter. Even if I think a stock at $8, I think it's going to 100. If it's at 810, 820, I'm out. So what I did yesterday is I bought Rhino, RINO. Stock wasn't doing anything yesterday. Heat wasn't doing anything yesterday. Came off the lows. I bought some at 1090, and I bought FSLR. Why did I buy these stocks? Because they were red. I figured tomorrow they'll be up. Held them overnight. Was happy I wasn't getting crushed this morning, so I offered them out into the first move. And this is where I tell people, all right, listen. Generally, when I take these quick profits at 940, 950, we continue to go up. And then, of course, there was Leap Wireless, Rambus, Akamai, DuPont, to name a few. You don't have to be a genius right now. Now the question is whether or not you just want to be patient and wait for your stock to go up. There's really there's no other way of putting it right now. As far as day trading is concerned, all day trading is for is to protect yourself, I think, on the downside. You want to be vigilant and you want to be watching the market just in case something bad happens. But nothing bad is happening anymore. And the market right now is doing a very smart thing. Not to seem overbought, we're only going up 50 points a day, 40 points a day, 7 points, flat day, 5 points, 20 points, 50 points. We're not having those 100-point days anymore. We're not having any swings. We're not doing anything. We're just slowly grinding higher. So if you do the math, and we got 30 or 40 points a day, we continue on this pace. Maybe one day we'll sell off to some extent, and then we'll just make it up. And every down day we go up at least 3 or 4 fold. So we had that one down day, I think it was a Friday. So now I was assuming we'd go up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we could maybe look to take some profits again. Everything's working, basically anything you think is going to happen that seems outlandish to you, that's what happens. So, okay. Now I know that, again, I try to help people out. And, I've been talking about this heat. I'm talking about this Rhino. But let's focus on heat right now. Here we have a stock, and let's talk about Fuqi, Fuqi. Fuqi did exactly what I said might happen to all these Chinese stocks, because we don't know. We don't know if these Chinese stocks are real. There's a lot of. Let's look at the cons of owning a Chinese stock, and the reason I haven't owned Baidu since where did I sell that? 185. I never wanted to hold on to a Chinese stock because you could always assume. Or the fear is that they'll just make some announcement that they're not a real company, they don't have any real products, and the next thing you know, your stock is delisted and it's gone. That's why the way I'm playing this heat right now, and what I suggest you do is, you're not smart enough, okay? And you are not lucky enough, and you can't research it enough to know exactly what heat or this Rhino is going to do, which lends to the idea that you might want to be just a trader in these stocks, but options come into play at this point. Now, on March 31st, you got the Heat reporting their earnings. Now, they could say whatever they want. It all depends on how the market interprets it. Now, the way this stock has been going, and the Rhino is just phenomenal. And I sold it at the open at 22.10. I was so happy that it wasn't gapped down. As soon as I got an offer, I just put my offer out there just to get out of it, and it's up a point since I sold it, 1.5 points. Even though I thought it was going to probably go to 25, but it just the I was great. I guess the gratitude took over. So anyway, and FSLR is still going also. All right, whatever. It happens every day. It's like it's nothing new. So FSLR, Rhino, and Heat. It's breaking my heart because I'm watching them all. They're all hitting new highs simultaneously right now. It's fantastic. So basically, I left $10,000 on the table. I had 2,000 shares of Rhino at 21.90. I had 2,000 shares of Heat at 10.98, and 1,000 shares of FSLR at. Well, I was actually I was taking a loss on that one at one point. I just refused to sell it. I held it overnight. Luckily enough, it was gapped up. Assuming that we wouldn't go down 2 days in a row, because nothing could go down 2 days in a row. But let's take a look at the Heat. Now, here's a stock that all the signs of analysis, the market's rallying and your stock's not following the market, relatively weak, as they would say. Each day that it consolidates at a level, and then by the end of the day it gives back half that move, another negative. The volume on the downside has been outweighing the days where it has its up days, another negative. Now you would think that this is not a stock that you don't want to buy. Some will believe that this is just manipulation for when they have this massive blowout quarter and crush all the shorts and the stock goes back to 18. As much as I want to believe that, wouldn't the smart money be chipping away a little bit, buying it here on this dip? And the market's rallying. You would think that all boats would rise and it would continue to go. All right, so what I'm trying to get to is what we're going to do is we don't know what the hell's going to happen with the Heat. I'm taking a long bias, okay? What I'm doing is I'm buying the stock, and I'm also buying an in-the-money call, 12.5 call. Now, if you do the math, right away, if you buy the stock and see at 11.30, where it is now, and you buy a 12.5 call for, let's say, 160, the stock can go to zero, and the most you're going to lose is, what, 40 or 50 cents. And then I'm also buying the $10 puts, just half of the position of the common stock that I have. So if the stock goes nowhere on the earnings report, you'll probably be able to get out with a small loss because the options will decrease in value due to the volatility coming out of them. But we're hoping that this thing does get a short squeeze and we blow up past 13 or 14 bucks. Now you got to get past the price that you're paying for the 12.5 calls and the 10 puts, 12.5 puts and the $10 puts. So that's my story. Now, if you don't want to take that much risk, you could just play both sides of the option and just buy the $12.5 call and the $10 put. So you're laying out 50 cents for the 12.5 call and 45 cents. So that's just buying them on the offer right now. 45 cents on the $10 put. Hopefully, the stock either goes to $7. You'll make enough money on the $10 put to outweigh the loss you're going to take on the 12.5 call, and vice versa. If you get your pop, which I gotta believe that we're going to go higher because every stock's been going up, and if this is a consolidation and a manipulation to keep the stock down for this blowout quarter, this stock is very heavily shorted. It could have a tremendous up move. So even at like 13 and a half, you know, you're going to have about 18 days of time value still baked into the stock when they report. So that's the way I'm looking at it. All right, but the moral of the story is today was another incredible day, and you just could have bought what I sold and been done for the day. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the chat room.